They call you the king of boys.
Get it through that. No, you understand because you're just for child.
Hi guys, welcome to exciting edition of movie review with Lady Lighter. Today, I know it's been a minute. This particular movie has been out for a while now before it did get on the Prime Video. And today, I will be reviewing no other than AGESHINKOLE. AGESHINKOLE is a story about the land of Ajirami that was being terrorized by the popular band of thieves led by a powerful bandit called AGESHINKOLE.
Àní kí lorúkọ ẹni tó gbéná wojú ẹkùn láì sọdí àpẹẹrẹ tani. Kábíyèsí AGESHINKOLE ni wọ́n ń pè.
You know, the story tells us, I like the fact that it's indigenous, and it talks about the ills in the society, how you know, corrupt people make just waste people's lives and all of that because of their own personal you know, their own personal choice and all that, showing they're powerful and who they choose to be with and who they choose not to be with. And then they do not even care to find out, they just want to carry out, you know, justice must be served because we say so. And I like what Femi Adebayo did on this one, and how from his cast to the costuming to the location, everything was bomb. I loved it. Yes, I said I love it, and I will say it again, I love it. It's been a while that I did watch, you know, something like that, and I'm like, oh my god, I was just reminiscing on, you know, the past powerful production that we saw when we were young, not like the ones that they just dump on YouTube for us right now, but this is a bit different. So guys, let's get into movie review in proper.
Kí ló wá ṣe? Mo wá mú ọ ní síkú tí mo bá mú ọ sọ́wọ́ mi báyìí ẹ̀jẹ̀ rẹ̀ ó sì gbẹ. Wọ́n mú ọ.
You know, first of all, I would like to talk about the casting. The casting was fantabulous. Let me borrow that word from Mr. Macaroni. Fantabulous is just what I can say right now. I love Femi Adebayo himself. I love Odulade, who's the king. Did you even know that Odulade could, like, I'm thinking, like, is there anything Odulade cannot do? And this is just what he has given us in this AGESHINKOLE. I love Toyin Brown. When she started, you know, the incantation, I'm like, wait, is this Toyin? Is this Toyin? Like, I love her flow. I love the pace. It wasn't too much of everything. I loved it. Even when they brought in the likes of you know, Macaroni, Shaggy, I'm like, okay. I mean, they weren't doing too much because we know them as comedians and all of that. You know, the balancing was there. They weren't trying to, you know, overshadow anyone. It was great. And then, who I love from the bottom of my heart, Lateef Adedimeji. Lateef is so blessed. Lateef is so blessed. You know, I love the character. I love the fact, you know, it moved from, oh yeah, I'm powerful, I can do this, I can do that. You know, the way he interpreted his role, it was great. Who else am I missing? I dare not miss Ibrahim Chatta on this one. You know, Ibrahim Chatta has just come to rise, even though he's been there for a long time. But I like the fact that I can place Ibrahim Chatta where I would place Odulade, Femi Adebayo. These are people that they have not allowed, you know, the industry to, you know, to stereotype them and say, oh, this is it. If you want them to play the gangster role, they are on point. If you want them to play the bougie, they are there. If you want them to play the local of the locals, and, you know, they are there. Look at how we did the Hunter scene. Just look at that. And if you look at subsequent movies of Ibrahim Chata, you will see that the way it changes his tone, the way it brought, like his courage and all of that, it can flow in anything. It can get from one set of being, an herbalist into the perfect boyfriend that you want him to be. And that is what we call acting. That is what we call acting. You should be able to jump on any role at any time. That is it. Don't just say, oh, okay, this is what I can do. No. That's why you have a lot of people playing the gate man scene, because that is where they are put them. That is where, even if you want to do more, because you allow them to put you there. And I love Bram Chata on this AGESHINKOLE. So, enough of I'm missing the likes of Pedro Gumola and all of them. I love them, and it was so great for me. And okay, so I want to go ahead with most of the cast right now. Let us go into costuming. I love the costuming. It was simple. It wasn't costume and makeup. Now I'm gonna put them together. The costuming and the makeup, it wasn't too much, not something even outlandish. Even then, you're trying to portray the wizards and all of them. It wasn't too much, the masquerade and all of them. Sometimes you watch some movies and what they're trying to. I'm like, have you even seen a witch? Have you really seen? Like, don't just paint someone to look stupid because you're trying to interpret something. And that's, I love the makeup artist that was on that set. Whoever did that, well, it was a fantastic job. He wasn't doing too much going on and all of that. Even the eyes of Ibrahim, Femi Adebayo right there, AGESHINKOLE, like, it wasn't too outlandish. Like, it was subtle. It's something we can interpret. It's something we can just say, okay, just let us go with this. And that is what I like about, the costume. Colors weren't flying up and down like that. I mean, it was okay. So yeah, what you see in a particular, local environment, like, it's not like, oh, you're wearing this, you're wearing that, and then you'll be all confused, like, come on, what's going on? Even though you're trying to say, oh yeah, there was fashion at that time, but that's not what the story is telling. I love the fact that the costuming, the makeup actually went ahead with the story alongside the character. So guys, now let us get into the sound.
Okutade,
Báàmì,
ibi ògùn àjọbọ àná, obìnrin wọn sọ̀rọ̀.
obìnrin sọ̀rọ̀.
Ó sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sì sọ ó dá lórí àrí ìbí.
Báàmì ṣé ò le?
Kọ́mọ́ bá lé ni.
The sound, I love the sound because it weren't doing much of all these effects. The gun, it's like, okay, they were really shooting the gun, and there's no so much noise. And that is what it should be. You should be able to, the editor, thumbs up to the editor. Even though, like, you can see, like, okay, there's a glitch and all of that, but it wasn't too obvious. It wasn't too obvious. So, yeah, on that part, I want to say thank you to all the production crew. You did a great job, and then we are glad to watch this. So now, after saying, oh yeah, I love the characterization, I love the makeup, the costume, and all of that. Now let's see about some things that you did not see in AGESHINKOLE. So first off, I'm gonna start with Toyin Abraham. The wife of the king who wants to go fight with AGESHINKOLE because, she doesn't, as a witch, like, she wasn't, we have to do our part, my kingdom is this and all of that. But right there in that room, I'm saying it again, right there in that room, Femi Adebayo shot Toyin in the leg just with one shot. And let us go to where Toyin got home, and then right on her leg we can see about 4 to 5 gunshot wounds. How Nollywood, how did one shot get to 4 or 5 wounds? And then you didn't even cover it up like that, like, let's not talk about it. And you had Odunlade saying, I can see this thing, that this is like as if you were being shot several times. How? It was just one gunshot. Let us always know what to do. Let us always, we cannot continue making this mess. I mean, if you do not make it, there's no way I would come here to start talking about it. And I'm talking about it because I want you to know that, okay, you made this mistake here, and then you can correct it.
Kábíyèsí, ọ̀tá àgbẹ̀ lásán ni.
Ọ̀tá àgbẹ̀ bí ibo. Àní kí ni tún ṣe ọ́?
Ibrahim Chatta, you know, all of them, they were talking about, you know, the way they were speaking, the same language, the same Yoruba, you know, indigenous Yoruba. But how come Ibrahim Chatta's own is different? It's the same Ajerome community. How come his own is different? We understand that, oh, we are all speaking Yoruba, but I mean, his own is something like, I don't know if it's, I don't know that particular statement, but you can just tune it down and he can just flow like every other person. It was so obvious that his own was different. It just remind me of this Yoruba movie that the likes of Eniola Badmus and Ayamos and all of them did. They were talking about, you know, Ijebu, and some their Ijebus were not even flowing. I'm like, what blatant nonsense is this? You know, it's not as if Ibrahim Chatta's I didn't like, but you should have just, you know, gone ahead with that same local, like, you know, the Yoruba, indigenous Yoruba, not from a particular state. We know how Lateef Adedimeji speaks, but on this particular set, he had to flow. He had to, you know, he had to learn how to speak this particular way. I felt like Ibrahim Chatta could have done the same thing, and not like his own was different. Yeah.
Orí ara mi mo ṣe fún.
Àwa méjèèjì ni. Àwa méjèèjì ni.
Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tèmi ń bolódùmarè tí mò ń bá dání wáyé ni pé káwọn onílẹ̀ kí wọ́n gbẹbọ kí wọ́n gbé tutù wá o.
The part that, you know, his head, Femi Adebayo's head got removed from his body, got detached from his body. We all know that is fake. Like, there's no way you want to dig someone that's been buried in the ground and you will not show us how you kept on digging for hours. You cannot just dig 1, 2, 3 and then you want to pull out the whole body. That was a mistake. Like, I felt like you should have given him more time to keep digging and digging, even though you're trying to rush the whole process of shooting. But, you know, time will make you have a good production. You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect the same result. So yeah, I won't, you know, I will just keep, like, there's so many other things that I would like to point out. Okay, one last thing. And this is the part that they do it a lot in Nollywood movies, and I think it's about time and stuff. And that is how you can, you know, they come to invade people and then they shoot once and like 4 people are dying. How is it like the bullet was flying around? That one bullet was flying around and killing several people? No, this is not a knockout that keeps jumping. Pop, 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 pop. You're like telling us that, oh, this person was shot, then that person should die. Not the neighbor should die, not the other person that's on the other hand should die. And that's what happened, like the market scene and some other scenes like that, whereby, you know, AGESHINKOLE and his band got in there and then they shot, boom, and then like 5, 10 people already dying. So just one gunshot. It doesn't make no sense. This had to stop. If you want to grow, we got to go better. And that's it. So guys, I enjoyed AGESHINKOLE. I know that a lot of you saw this in the cinemas, but right now it's on Prime Video. You can, you know, just subscribe. It's just small money and just watch it again. I'm sure you didn't even see all of these things that I saw, because when I watch a movie and I want to review it, I want to watch it about 3-4 times. Yeah. So guys, see you next time on another video on, it could be another content that I'll be bringing out, but then keep watching out for my movie review. I love you. Bye.
Èèrà lásán ni irú yún lábẹ́ àtẹ́lẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ bàtà tèmi. Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́? Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́? Kí ni? Eégún ni kọ́kọ́ mo ní o. Mo tún lóògùn. Òun gan-an léégún mi ṣe ló wà múṣẹ̀yẹ.